Good day, people of the internet. Welcome to another edition of our official podcast. 24HRPO's official podcast, On Board. And this is where we talk about your recruiting life and things about your personal life as well. Last week we talked about how parents who are working from home manage their time and balance their parenting and work at the same time. Now, this episode, we'll be talking about probably one of the topics that might be interesting to some and not so interesting for some, but I'm pretty sure everyone will learn a lot from this topic. And what I'm talking about is health and fitness. All right, so I think everyone is already waiting for our panelists for today. So joining us tonight, joining us are four colleagues to share their thoughts about the topic on board. As I mentioned, and that is health and fitness. So without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce or meet our panelists. Let's start with Kate.
Hi, so my name's Kate. I am a scientific and engineering recruiter. I've been with the company for about 9 months in, and my industry is life sciences.
There you go. So welcome to the podcast, Kate. Welcome on board.
Thank you.
If I may. And also joining us is Zar.
Hey, this is Zar. I'm a supervisor. I've been with the company for more than 5 years already. And the industry I'm handling, it's more on healthcare, engineering, and manufacturing.
There you go. Thank you very much for joining us, Zar. And also, man on the upper left of your screen, Sir Ivan.
Hey, good morning. My name is Ivan. I'm a recruiter, technical recruiter. I handle engineering, telecommunications, aerospace, and defense. Been in the industry for 5 years, I guess.
Mm-hmm. All right. There you go. So welcome to the podcast, Sir Ivan. And of course, a man that doesn't need no introduction because I'm pretty sure you've heard from him like, 3 times now, or it's actually the 3rd time now. But anyway, go ahead, sir, introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. Again, it's me, Byron Ang. I'm the head of business development and client relations for 24HRPO still. I've been in the industry for roughly about 12 years now.
So there you go.
And yes, thanks for having me again, Joey.
Of course, you're always welcome, Sir Vi. So these are our panelists, or our guests for tonight, or for today, should I say. And like I mentioned, the topic on board is about health and fitness. So without further ado, let's go ahead and ask our panelists about their lifestyle and everything that they want to share about health and fitness. So I guess my first question is, what is the focus of your healthy lifestyle? I mean, I know we do have different lifestyles or focuses when it comes to health. Some focus on workout, some focus on diet and other physical activities. So I'd like to know from the group, what are your focus when it comes to your healthy lifestyle? Let's start with Kate.
Well, for me, I right now I follow a workout plan made by a friend who is a fitness coach.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I follow a few influencers like Dino Kang, Sam Guaz, I think, and Natasha Ocean. But right now I am doing high intensity training and also some strength building.
Mm-hmm.
So there, with high intensity training, it's basically from the term itself, performing a certain exercise with a high intensity. So
Mhm.
while doing it, um, it's not a high intensity training if you feel like during a workout you can still talk, and
Mhm.
it's not high intensity training if you feel like your heart um, not about to explode,
Mhm.
right? So there, and also with the my strength building, I use with following the workout plan. I use resistance bands,
Mhm.
sometimes dumbbells too. But what I really prefer on using is body weight, because
Mhm.
how can you be able to lift 100 pounds if you can't even carry yourself?
Mhm.
So there. And aside from that, I also do. I am a dancer,
Uh-huh.
so I am kind of used to being very active, training every day, and uh, and on top of that also is I try to maintain or yeah, eat healthy.
Mhm.
And I think ever since I was a kid, I rarely eat uh, quote unquote unhealthy foods,
Mhm.
like chips, drinks, or drinks like sodas or juice.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, it's I think I don't really I am not um having a hard time to cut those things out
Mhm.
on my diet.
Mhm.
So there.
All right. All right. So basically, it's a mix of workout, diet, and other activities. Like you mentioned, high
Yeah.
intensity training, and you pretty much defined what high intensity training is, right? And just to simplify that, high intensity training is borderline dying, I think, um, as Kate defined it. But anyways, yes, of course, I believe that if it's not, if it's not breaking you down, it's really not considered high intensity, right? And
Yeah.
she also mentioned about her diet, about cutting those sweets, I think, and the other junk foods that or unhealthy foods, as Kate coded. So that's what she's trying to cut out from her diet, which is really good, and that's good to hear. How about Star? What is your focus on your healthy lifestyle?
So I'm focusing more on fitness and diet. So I work out 6 times a week,
Mhm.
focusing on strength training. So since the more muscles you have, the more calories you burn at rest.
Mhm.
That's why you have to lift. So on Mondays, I do upper body workout. So I lift weights ranging from 6 pounds to 10 pounds. So I do DB thrusters, bent over row, dumbbell snatch, and RDL. And then on Tuesdays, I either do Pilates, cardio, core, or bar, depending on my mood. And then on Wednesdays, I do leg workout, so more on lunges and squats. And then on Thursdays, I do cardio core. That's courtesy of Carbon 38 on Instagram. So you might check them out. They have 30-minute workout. So very easy to include in your day-to-day activities.
Mhm.
And then on Friday, I either do upper body workout or full body workout. And then on Saturdays, I do active rest days. So I just walk 10,000 steps a day. And then on Sundays, I do HIIT, as Kate mentioned, high intensity interval training. But every day, I make sure that I still walk 10,000 steps on top of the workout.
Mhm.
So in 15 minutes, I guess you get roughly 1,500 steps. So it would take you about an hour and 30 minutes to hit that 10K steps. And then for the diet, I do intermittent fasting. So just 12-hour eating period and 12-hour fasting, but mainly getting in enough protein and drinking plenty of water. There's no such thing as bad food Just eat everything in moderation.
Hmm. Okay, so basically, Czar has a different approach when it comes to food, because Kate actually cuts junks or unhealthy foods, while Czar actually eats, but in moderation. So I think that's a different approach that Czar is taking. So that's really good to hear. Let's hear it from Ivan. What is your take on this, sir?
I'm actually focusing on my diet. I'm using or I have this app, Zero app. It's fasting app. I'm on well, sometimes it's in intermittent, but it's intermittent fasting. I'm doing 18 by 6, so 18 hours of fasting and 6-hour window. Before this pandemic, I was actually on a 20 by 4, so 20 hours fasting and 4-hour window. It's basically one meal a day, but because of this pandemic, I need to adjust to like to be with my family, eat breakfast or lunch, just to have the chance to eat with them. And but before it's 20 by 4, so workout. Been planning on doing or following a workout plan. Been planning it for 5 years, I guess. But it's still on planning stage. But I'm not quitting on it. Hopefully soon. But right now I'm just on a strict diet. So.
All right, there you go. So for those of you who don't know what diet Ivan mentioned, interpretend is where you pretend not to eat, but in reality you do eat. So that's why it's an interpretant diet, interpretant diet. There you go. So again, another different approach from these three people. Now I'd like to hear from Byron. What's his take on his focus?
My focus would be primarily is on diet. By the way, just to add, at my age, I have hypertension, so I prioritize diet. What I do is it's a combination of keto diet and intermittent fasting. I think the closest one with me is Ivan. I'm also doing 12 by 12. And it's actually a combination. So keto, intermittent, and a little bit of paleo diet. Paleo, I know keto is heavy on fats, while paleo is, I guess in a layman's term, it's basically eating foods or stuff that were present back in the very old days. So basically avoiding anything quote unquote junk foods, I guess, or anything that's manufactured. So you have to eat, there's a term there, organic, there you go, a lot of organic stuff. So yeah, but similar to Czar, I don't really I still eat everything that I want to, but very much in moderation. So combining those concepts, and I measure them a lot. So I think just to add something different.
I see.
On the I wouldn't really call it a workout anymore in my case, but I do exercise every day. I don't have a rest day. Every day I spend around an hour at least. And I think the closest one with my program is Gates. I do strength training a little bit, but primarily I'm more on calisthenics. Calisthenics is your body weight. So most of my exercises are about lifting my own weight. So there's a lot of planking, sit-ups, pull-ups, handstands actually. A lot of crazy stuff just to make sure that you get to pull your own weight. So yeah, there you go.
I see. Now we're looking at your picture here, Vi. This was when? The first picture was when? I think this is 2 years ago.
That's,
if I'm not mistaken.
Not just that was just 1 year ago.
1 year ago.
That was a year ago. Yep. If I'm not mistaken, I was taken during my birthday. Is that the one with Father Hans?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. That was August 2019.
There you go. So that's last year.
Yep. I've been on that program for over a year now, but I've started seeing significant results on the fourth or fifth month,
Mhm.
keto is very effective once you do it right
Mhm.
and combine it with exercise.
All right. Well, that's really good to hear. Again, a different approach, exercise, and different types of diets. Right there you go. And as you can see, here are the results after a year of keto diet and exercising. There you go. Byron is now. How much do you weigh, by the way, if you don't mind? How much do you weigh on the first picture and on the second one?
Sure. I'm a small dude. I'm a little dude. I'm only what 5'2". A year ago I was 155 pounds, and now I'm only 119.
There you go. So, doing the math, that's how much? I don't know.
Roughly around 36 pounds.
There you go.
Lost around 36 pounds.
There you go. Roughly around 36. So that's a pretty good number. When it comes
Thank you.
to losing weight, I wish I would be able to hit that mark as well. But of course, I'm not losing hope, just like Ivan, who's still on the planning stage of his workout routine. So let's not give up our dreams. All right, and so since we already are talking about diet, and I think Byron mentioned a lot. Now I'd like to know from the other group, what are your go-to diet plans? Ivan, do you have any diet plan that you follow?
Basically, less carb.
Less carb?
That's it. That's the only thing that I follow. Less carb, but more on water but less soda, of course.
Mhm, mhm. All right, so yeah, because intermittent fasting actually allows you to drink water within or outside your eating hours, right? I
Even coffee, actually.
sound like
you
an
can still
expert.
drink coffee.
There you go. So you can still drink coffee. Now, I'm not an expert, but according to my research, that's how it works. And I've also researched on the intermittent fasting diet, and from what I've read, this actually dates back from caveman days. I don't know what year is that, but story is that people back then only eat once a day, if not once every 2 or 3 days, because they have to hunt for their food for them to eat. So I think that's where the intermittent fasting came from. So again, I'm not an expert, but that's something that I've read somewhere. And how about you, Zar? What's your go-to diet plan?
More on protein,
Mhm.
because it's more fulfilling.
Mhm.
So it's easier to get full. You won't be hungry.
Yep.
So, and then lots of water as well. Then that's it.
Mhm.
I eat rice every day,
Mhm.
even bread every day. I just do it in moderation, and I make sure that I'm still in a calorie deficit.
All right.
That's it.
That's good to hear, because I've actually tried eating protein. Believe it or not, I tried dieting, but yeah. So I stuck to protein. I think that's the one that worked for me because I am a picky eater. Believe it or not. So what I can eat every day is, like, I can eat eggs, I can eat tofu, I can eat chicken, what do you call this? Chicken meat. So those are types of proteins. So those things I can eat every day, but that's why I pretty much stuck to a protein diet. I don't eat rice. I don't know. There are times that I did cheat, but for the remainder, or for the most part, I haven't eaten rice for about a year. So there you go. How about Kate? Do you have any diet plans that you stick to?
I think closest would be with Zar. I make sure that I'm still on a calorie deficit diet, and try to stay away with unhealthy foods, like junk foods, what else? Those processed foods as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, but I don't get me wrong. I do eat my guilty pleasures like
Mhm.
a bag of chips too,
Mhm.
or a chocolate. I do eat those things too, but in moderation.
Yep.
But before the pandemic, I was actually trying a diet called polio pescatarian.
Mhm.
So basically, you're eating only fish and chips
Mhm.
and vegetables. So actually, my goal there was to transition to becoming a vegetarian, but I wasn't successful because COVID happened and you
Mhm.
can't really actually choose what to eat.
Yep, it's
And
hard.
yeah, yeah, and especially here I'm in the province, so
Mhm.
and I'm with my family, so you know time to for me to adjust as well. But I am planning to get back, so hopefully, fingers crossed.
Mhm. All right. Well, that's good to hear. Now, I'd like to know for some of you guys who focuses on workout, like Zarin and Byron and Kate, uh, how do you do it? I mean, how do you work out? I mean, gyms are closed during this, during the pandemic. I think gyms just recently opened, but during the times where gyms are not open, how do you do your workout? Uh, Sorry.
At home, I have
Do you have your own
equipment
equipment?
here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Um, Basically, if I don't want to work out, I just do 15-minute jump rope.
Mhm.
So that's gonna be around 100 calories that you're burning. It's too low for a 15-minute for me
Mhm.
because normally I target around 600 calories, active calories. So that's different from the total calories that I need to burn
Mhm.
every day. Um, yeah, I have dumbbells here. Different weights. I have barbell too, but I don't know how heavy it is, so I couldn't tell. And but I tried to lift that
Mhm.
sometimes. And yeah, I guess that's it.
How about you, Kate? How do you work out during the pandemic?
Yeah, if you have a space, that's
Mhm.
basically it.
Mhm.
You can literally just work out there.
Mhm.
But for me, I work out sometimes in my room or um, in our balcony,
Mhm.
and that works for me. And also, I have some bands and a dumbbell, and yeah, a few equipments that I have here in
Mhm.
our house. And you know, uh, like what I said earlier, what I really prefer on doing is some body weight. So
Mhm.
I don't really need some
Equipment.
uh, equipments.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Good. Sir Vi.
The how for me, I think, is other. So what I have, I just work out here at home.
Mhm.
Although it's funny because most of my friends would ask if I go to our gym. We have a family business being run by or owned now by my cousin,
Mhm.
but I don't go there. It's a funny thing. But I know what I need as basic. So I have my plates, I have my dumbbells, and a yoga mat. And I think to what's different with what I do on the how part is I make sure that I beat my time. Part of my program or what I do is a time trial.
Mhm.
For example, if I can do 200 sit-ups in 10 minutes, I can probably finish that now in half the time. So that's my how. It's always low intensity,
Mhm.
high repetition, but there's time trial in it.
Mm. Okay. So something different
Oh yeah,
from the group.
yeah.
Well, actually, recently I tried. Since we are in the topic of equipment, I actually bought this Ring Fit Adventure game for Nintendo Switch. I don't know if you guys have tried it, but it's really intense. I do it every once in a while. I'm now shy to talk about it, but yeah, I do it every once in a while. and it's really intense. I just work out here in my room, here in the actual room where I do the broadcast, and so yeah, I do live streams at times, but recently I'm unable to do it. But think about going back to streaming that Ring Fit Adventure game, because it's really fun, and at the same time, it's physical activity. It's really different from just your typical video game where you just sit and push buttons, something like that. So if you haven't tried that, it's a it's a must try. I would recommend you guys trying it, especially you guys who are into working out and into physical activities. All right, and let's see here. Now, I'd like to ask everyone what inspired you to shift into a healthy lifestyle. Now, let me answer that question before you guys do, because I actually did somehow shift to a healthy lifestyle, and one of the things, or one of the reasons why, is because same as Byron, I was actually diagnosed with hypertension, and it's something that I really didn't think that I'll have, but stuff happens. So here we are, and that's pretty much the reason why. And one of my regrets is that I never thought I could do it. Really, I thought it's really hard, or I thought it's hard to avoid eating stuff or things that I love to eat. If there's one thing that I'd like to take back, I could have done this before I was diagnosed with hypertension. So, just to share with you guys on what my story is. So, how about Zara? How about you? What inspired you to shift to a healthy lifestyle?
Just very simple. I just want to look younger as I get older.
There you go.
Yeah, because our metabolism slows down when we age. So to have a faster metabolism, we have to work out, build more muscles. So yeah, I have to do strength training.
There you go. Survey.
Wow, mine is complex. Other than the health, really, it's more on. I would say it's it's actually your self insecurities. I mean, you not just you want to look younger as you get older, but it actually started when Adrian mocked me and teased me on the shirt sizes, because Mario, our CEO, I mean, for a guy his age, and Mario's fit too. So when we were selecting shirts for ourselves, Mario was getting a small shirt, while I was medium or large, and I'm a smaller guy than Mario, and Adrian was just laughing at it. And for me, I realized, man, I need to get back in shape. So as shallow as it sounds, the reason I want to emphasize the insecurity part of it, because it became really a drive. It changed my mindset. The drive. I'm a foodie. I love sweets. I love those stuff. But you really have to change your mindset to the point of brainwashing yourself. So that's it. I want to look better, and I actually, to answer the part of inspiration, I think Mario inspired me to get back to shape. He keeps lecturing me, Byron, you don't want to start when you're at your 50s or something. Don't make the same mistakes that I did. You're still young. Do this, do that. Get on shape. So there you go.
Yeah, I think I've heard that from Sir Mario a couple of times. So I can attest to that. How about you, Kate?
I think for me, since, like I said, ever since I am used to this kind of activity, or like kind of lifestyle, being active and all, since I am a dancer. So I basically trained every day for months. And with my diet, I think my mom got me into this. She is really, mindful of what she eats. So I think it carried it over. And Um, uh, One would be, yeah, like what Zara said is, I think the good health benefits of it. Especially during these trying times, we
Mhm.
see the importance of having a good health, right?
Mhm.
And it's just the icing on top of the cake for me if you shed a little bit of weight or fat. And also yeah, I also find enjoyment in what I do, like with exercising, dancing, or doing
Mhm.
a certain physical activity. So it's fulfilling for me,
Mhm.
and I think that's actually one of my foundations in, like, what's keeping me going in
Mhm.
and maintaining working out or exercising. Yes, that's it.
I see. I see. All right. That's really good to hear. Now let's go to our comment section. I think we have a few questions here. First is actually directed to Mr. Byron Ann. What happened to your chocolate stash in your office drawer, and how did you stay away from it?
Hey, as you guys could remember, I gave it away.
Oh, there you
I
go. There you go, Ira.
I gave it away. I used to smoke. Like when I was back in college, I smoked a lot, and I was able to stop it. I think I've been free from smoke, or I've stopped smoking for 20 years now. I just went to that kind of mental state, that I just have to stop.
Mhm.
And mind you, staying away from chocolates or sweets is as difficult from staying away from smoking. I just realized that really sugar is a form of drugs.
Mhm.
You enter that when you're staying away from it, you'd experience things. It's gonna change your mood.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah, it's really having that strong mindset, and again the discipline or same mentality that I applied is when I stopped smoking.
I
I
agree.
still eat chocolates nowadays, but not as much as before, man.
Mhm.
Right? I mean, you'd see me gobbling a bar or two after lunch for dessert. I don't do that stuff anymore.
Mhm. Mhm. All right. Well, I definitely understand where you're coming from, sir. And we have another question here from Chad. Question for the ladies: How, or can you share with us, how do you manage your time in a day with workout routine, and how much time do you allot for that? So, anyone would like to take that question? Uh,
Um,
yeah, Zara.
um, I start my day at 6 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So by 6:30, I'm supposed to be working out.
Mm-hmm.
So by 7, I'm done with my 30-minute workout.
Mhm.
And then after that, I'll start walking for 10,000 steps. So it would take me about around 2 hours to finish that.
Mhm.
Then I'll take my breakfast. And then I can do anything that I want for the rest of the day.
There you go.
I think the thing here, the most important thing is to finish your workout so that you can do anything
Mhm.
for the rest of the day.
Mhm.
That's what I've been doing for the past 6 months, and it's working. I've been very consistent with my workout, and also my watch is helping me to move. It tells me to, Zara, you have to move now.
Mhm.
You've been sitting down for almost 15 minutes already, so you have to move.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's it.
There you go. Yeah, I have one of those watches. I have one of those smart watches that tells you if you've been idle for a few minutes, and it asks you, or it commands you to do some stretches and walking, things like that. So there you go. I understand where Zara's coming from. Now, for the gents, how do you resist temptation of eating food that aren't good for your health? Do you prepare your own food, or do you ask for the family's cooperation? Let's hear it from Ivan.
Well, why fight it, man? Go ahead, take a bite. The thing there is you need to do it in moderation.
There you go.
I mean, you can eat all you want, but of course you need to to check or I mean
To control yourself.
check all the inputs. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think that's the word there, control.
Mhm. All right. So do you prepare your food, or do you ask your family to prepare your food?
Whatever is available for let's say our dinner, and
I see. I see. All right.
I don't have specific food or anything that I like avoid.
Uh-huh.
Of course, fish I avoid it because I don't eat it.
Mhm.
But aside from that, no, I don't have any. So
All right. There you go. So I hope that answers your question, Chad. I'd like to go around the table, but I still have we still have a lot on our plate, so I guess one of each would suffice. Now, I'd like to ask the group: how do you motivate yourself or stay motivated when you don't feel like working out or dieting? We all know that there are a lot of temptations, especially on a strict diet, right? There's always food around the house. So, how do you motivate yourself, or how do you stay motivated to stick to your plan or stick to your workout? Zar?
Remember that doing something is better than doing nothing at all. So we're all humans. It's not always gonna be a happy workout all throughout.
Mhm.
We're gonna have some rough days, and that's okay. Tomorrow is a new day to
Mhm.
get back on track. If you don't feel like doing a 30-minute workout, then do 15 minutes instead.
Mhm.
Just make sure you're doing something to move your body.
There you
For me, I always tell myself it's only 30 minutes, and after that you can do anything that you want.
Mhm.
That's always my mantra
All right.
when
There you
working
go.
out. Yeah.
There you go. So that's how Zar stays motivated. Right? How about you, Kate? How do you stay motivated, or how do you motivate yourself?
I think really for me, what works for me is finding really finding enjoyment in what you do, whether it be like a workout, an activity, or a diet, and also to know your purpose, know your intention of why you're basically tiring yourself out, starving yourself, and that will serve as your rock of basically progressing. And also it's important for me as well to rest and listen to my body. If today I don't feel like um, doing an intense workout, I try to slow down a bit. I think the same case with Zar, and but it's fine. But a little push wouldn't hurt nobody, right? And also, I do self talk when there are days that I don't feel like working out or doing anything. I do self talk, so I it's important for me to also say it out loud, like hearing it and affirming myself, like hey Kate, you've done a good job today. You planked for what 2 minutes. You did push-ups for about 30. So yeah, I self-talk, and also it's a self-conscious effort to pull yourself up every day and do these things. And I think that's it for me.
All right. Well, that's that. I think self-talking is really effective because I do that quite often. Also, when I'm not, in the mood to work out. I do talk to myself that, hey, if you don't do this, you're gonna die tomorrow. So there you go. There's your motivation. There's your motivation. So how about you, Ivan?
well, I think about my kids. Basically, that's my motivation. I want to live longer for my kids, and same as you and Sir Byron. I'm hypertensive, plus I do have sleep apnea, so I really need to lose like half of my current weight. So it's a challenge, but I think it's a good challenge for
I agree. All challenges are actually hard. I mean, it's not a challenge if it's not hard, right? So
right.
There you go. Sir Vi, yes.
Same thing with you guys. Being as a parent, for the kids, I want to live longer. And when I'm when I'm old, like senior years, I still want to be healthy. I've seen some grandparents of my friends who were into jogging and was just really into healthy living. Matter of fact, some of our clients who would visit us in the office, right?
Mhm.
They're what 60s and 70s, and they can still travel around the world on their own, walk in Makati without a cane or any support. So I want to be like that too. And on the shallow part, to stay motivated, I look at my old pictures. I don't want to gain back those weights. And it's easier for me to wear clothes too, get some old clothes. So those are my motivations.
All right, so there you have it. I hope you got a few motivational tips from our panelists for today. Now, any tips about health? Just a short tip for our audience when it comes to their health or their diet. Anyone would like to take that?
I'll start,
Yep.
Joey, on that part. Eating and dieting is it's a serious stuff. You just don't go on a nap or watch somebody listen to someone and just apply it on your own. Keep in mind that each body is unique. So make sure before you enter a real diet and a workout or exercise program, you got to see your physician first, regardless of your age or height or whatever. You got to see your physician first and get a go signal that this is your plan. This is the weight you want to gain or weight you want to lose. In my case, I wanted to lose weight, so I went with my cardio. And number two, once you start, you start. In the Philippines, we have a term called Ningas Kugon, right?
Mhm.
You just started for those funny challenges, 25 days of push up, and you post it. I mean, that's just lame for me. I've been pushing up for more than 2 years now every day, and it should be consistent. You should motivate yourself. So for those who want to really get in shape, keep those things in mind. Your body's unique. Go see a physician or a professional first. Don't do it on your own. Experimenting is good, but make sure it's an educated experiment, like what you did, Joey. And Joey did lose weight. I have pictures of you like 2-3 years ago. So yeah, make sure it's science, but so it's basically science. So it has to be guided and systematically followed, and should be consistently, religiously followed for it to be effective and for you to see results. That's it.
There you go. Thank you very much, Zar. Yes.
It takes time. You won't get abs in 2 weeks, I tell you. You
Mhm.
won't get that. You just have to be patient. And also to make progress, you have to be in a calorie deficit.
Mhm.
And also for me, if you can't do it for the next 5 years, like not eating rice for the next 5 years, then drop it,
Mhm.
because you will gain your weight back. So as much as possible, do it slowly. Take time. And then if it's taking too much toll on your head, just drop it.
Mhm.
Remember that mental health is also as important as physical health.
There you go.
So, and for the girls, start lifting weights. You won't get bulky, I promise.
There you go. There you go. So, from one girl to another, Kate.
I guess to add to what Zara said is also to set realistic expectations to yourself, right? And I think that's what we also need to take note of, really. And as well as sometimes we just focus on trying to improve our physical state, but we sometimes forget also to get the right mindset of why we're doing these things. So, and I guess when the mind is healthy, the body follows. So there.
There you go. And Sir Ivan.
Well, follow all their advice, but if all else fails, buy a weighing scale, then check your weight every day.
Mm-hmm.
And
Every day.
of course, I'm sure you'll get motivated checking your scale or your weight every day. So
Yeah, I think especially if you're losing weight every day, I mean, it motivates you more to beat what you did yesterday, right? So I guess that's something. Zar, any take on that?
But the weight fluctuates. so it's not really
Yeah.
nice to check your
Mhm.
weight every day. You have to check
Okay.
your weight once a month or every 2 weeks just to see if you're gaining weight or losing weight. Because if you're gaining weight, then you have to change your diet. You have to work on your calorie deficit again. But then if you're losing weight, then you just have to stick with what you're doing.
Mm.
So, but please don't weigh yourself every day. You
Every day.
can take a picture every month as well to see your progress. Because sometimes photos show um best results than the weighing scale, so it motivates you to move. So yeah,
There
that's
you
it.
go.
That's it on my end.
There you
That's
go.
why I take pictures of myself too, just to check the progress. But I guess to further emphasize Ivan's part there, and again quoting our CEO, you can't manage what you don't measure, or you can't measure. So measuring it, checking it systematically, properly, absolutely helps. And Ivan, yes, I bought a weighing scale. So Cardell, if you're watching, if you haven't bought your weighing scale, buy your weighing scale.
There you go. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining us today, and I hope you can join us. Like Vyron, you can join us on our future episodes of On Board. And as I always remind you guys, or everyone, stay healthy and stay safe. Of course, during this pandemic season, or during the pandemic in general. All right. Again, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week and stay healthy, guys. All right. So, since we've already heard about their tips, I'll be giving my tip of the week, and we've heard this from I believe the two women that we had earlier, or Zara and Kate. And that is, mental health is equally as important as physical health. I know we discussed physical health today, but we have to make sure that we watch our mental health as well. Mental and physical health are equally important components of overall health. So make sure to watch out or be conscious of your mental health. Mental illness, especially depression, increases risk of many types of physical health problems, right? So make sure to take care of your mental health too, aside from of course your physical health. All right, and I hope we taught you something today, and I hope you learned something from our podcast today. And our next episode, we still don't have a topic, so if you can suggest a topic that you want to hear from us or discuss here on board, please do mention it on the comment section, and we'll be happy to read it, and of course we'll consider the topics that you'll recommend on our next few episodes. All right, so before we go, I'd like to thank our friends from Extra Mind F&A Outsourcing for all of your finance and accounting needs. Extra Mind is the company to go. All right, so with that being said, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us here at On Board, and until next episode, this has been Joey Navarro, and again, as I always mention, stay safe, stay at home, stay healthy, and hustle up. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the week. Bye.